My wife and I started working at an orphanage. Once a month, we would go down and care for these kids. I found this beautiful little girl. I asked the father what the story was. And the father said, well, they told us my daughter, Ellie Follett, had a heart problem when she was born. And they said that she would die if something wasn't done by the age of 10. And she was now 9.5. She had a very simple problem. The valve that allowed blood to go out to her lungs was very thickened. We put the balloon across, and this valve just broke right away. The stenosis gave way, and Ellie Follett got to go home the next day. Part of the thing that the father told me is that ever since I heard that my daughter had this heart problem, I laid my hand on her head every night and prayed that somehow God would heal her. And to be a part of God answering this father's prayer was something that I loved. And so I said, wow, God, that was really exciting. Let's do more of that. Point Loma was an interesting time for me. I was trying to find my way in terms of what it meant to live a Christian life. I remember reading the Bible and thinking, I'm not a very compassionate person. Now, I could make myself look compassionate because I was smart enough to know what looked good and say the right words, but I knew in my heart I wasn't very compassionate. I wasn't worthy of being a part of God's work. I needed a lot of refining to be done before I felt He would trust me with some of His most precious children. I look back on chapels I went to or discussions I had with students or professors and look at how God used all of that in a refining process. I can't imagine my life without Point Loma, because if I take that out, everything else crumbles away. My life of a scientist, my life as a pediatric cardiologist, its very foundation is that it came from Point Loma. For Hearts and Souls right now, we have a surgical project in a number of countries. The main places we're working right now are Mongolia, Kosovo, Kurdish Iraq, Fallujah. We're attempting to improve the care in sub-Saharan Africa by working in Zambia. The people we have come are as small as me going with my handheld echo machine to go find children, to as large of a 35-member team where we do pediatric heart surgery and catheterizations in 1 week's time. Children have a broken heart. And where we go, they need a free gift so it can be repaired, so they can live. People say, wow, this is a great thing that you do. And it almost feels selfish to me to be able to go and do these things, to be allowed to be a part of God's work. I feel absolutely privileged. I hope that the blessing of God is never removed. I hope that He never takes this away from me, because being able to help alleviate the pain and suffering of a mother's face, or help a child who couldn't run, that now they can run, to return health to people. But if I don't go to Mongolia, or if I don't go to Liberia, or if I don't go to Zambia, if I don't go to Tibet, there may be no one who goes.